armor, resistance, skill leech healing, weapon leech healing, burn toxic, and bleed healing. Yep. I'll explain in more detail soon, but that's kind of the gist of it. Making sure you got a good amount of everything. So as I start ranting now, just pause the video when you see me hover over skill trees and mods to know what I'm using again. Let me just start that when you see my pants on this build, that's the one thing I still need changed. And an extra mod on my pistol if I ever get a perfect roll pistol that I currently use with an extra mod. But I'm still missing a status power buff on my pants, and then I want to get rid of Rivers of Blood since it only helps impales damage, and slap a Captain Hunter on this dude. Should really help his focus and damage from everything against all elites and bosses especially. And I feel like if I had those two things, I might have been able to do this expedition in under 7 minutes, which is just insane when you think about this build, which is much more tanky and tank focused than any seismic bleed build is, while still not nerfing its overall damage that much, as you can see. But the damage I do is pretty obvious for anyone who understands multi-strike, patch tree, seismic bleed, and the fact I still make sure I stack enough anomaly power that I can abuse that kind of stuff. But then I focus on health. I got 3 pieces of health on my gear, not 5 pieces of anomaly. I only have 2 anomaly pieces. I got damage absorber, or actually no, that's not true, because I realized this is the one build I don't need damage absorber because protected by the anomaly skill node alone gives me max damage reduction from armor. But I did stack crap loads of resistance with that too on top of it. And the key also is the amount of leech healing I get. So first off, there you see 0 damage taken. But the key is investing enough in health is important because health determines the highest threshold for your leech healing, and it determines how strong your shield is. People think you're going to heal a crap load by just going for damage, and that's not true because your health bar actually determines the maximum you can heal from it though. So really I've learned for the key for like insane amounts of healing in this game for super tank builds like I like is to actually still invest some in your anomaly or weapon damage for the leech healing you're going for, but also still have a lot of health, or just enough health and enough anomaly power invested for a balance of the two. So I have enough status power and anomaly power that my skills, and especially my bleed, my burn, my toxic, are all healing me a bunch. And speaking of, that's why I have Firestorm and Noxious Spawns on my gun, because they heal me too. And also Earth and Shield that you see, it's based off status power too. My bleed heals my shield too, in addition to my health. So that's when I realized, let's put burn on, let's put toxic on, but I'm still doing a good amount of damage from those 2 statuses because of my anomaly power, status power stacking. And then they're also healing me based off skill leech. And by the way, whenever my shield is even breached, my health bar gets healed an insane amount. Like if I go in the final arbor and let his axe phase drop my shields, I can still easily out-heal it by just face tanking him standing still. And often I don't even take damage at all, even during that phase. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, that's why I do that on my primary gun. And Ravenous Locust I have on because it heals you. Damage over time mods also heal you based off weapon leech. So I also get weapon leech healing too. And then Ravenous Locust, I had Sandstorm, but I actually changed it to that mod because I realized it actually does more damage because Ravenous Locust kind of tags an enemy. And if he's able to get anywhere, he actually brings that status effect over to like the whole field potentially if he runs around everywhere. Which means that actually if you paid attention to my damage numbers, I barely even had to use my gun in that fight. But Ravenous Locust did way more damage than Firestorm and Noxious Spawns though. So it clearly is better. Also, it's the one time where weakness further helps my tanking because my status power increases the duration of weakness, and Ravenous Locust spreads the weakness easily from all enemies near me around me, and weakness negates the damage. Weakness makes the enemies do 25% less damage to you. And with my status power, it hits the elites pretty long too. So that further helps my tanking.